Why are these animals not eating her? Before we get to this very interesting question, let's rewind a little, to the beginning. More closely the intro, as we investigate this childhood classic's dark side. Let's get it done. So, let's start with a bit of background. Season 1 and 2 of 64 Zoolaine aired from 1999 to 2003, with a combined total of 52 episodes. Then, another 52 episodes were produced for Season 3 and 4, for a series total of 104 episodes, coming to a halt in February of 2013. The series follows a girl named Lucy, who lives next door to a zoo, at 64 Zoolaine. This is where we will begin our investigation into the dark side of this, what seems to be an innocent child's TV program.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Let's take a closer look. As you can see from this picture, the zoo seems to be stuffed between two houses. This of course is a concern for safety. As well as safety being a concern, another issue we can clearly see is the size of the zoo. It seems to be lacking the space for each of these animals, even if it was just one of them inside this pen. Oddly, it seems to also be the entrance of the zoo and does not appear to have any security measures in place such as a lock, causing a real concern for public safety, as any of these animals could wreak havoc on the poor citizens of Zoolaine. So, with safety being a major concern, let's look at just one example, Nelson. Nelson is an African elephant and elephants need lots of space, that goes without saying. Do you think this is enough space for an elephant? No, the enclosure is way too small. Some may argue that the zoo opens up around the back. If this was to be true, it would not explain why all the animals are together, so there already seems to be evidence of cruelty and mistreatment to the animals. But, I'm about to open up your mind to an even more outside-the-box idea. Remember that question at the start of the video. Why are the animals not eating the child? Could this be because the animals are stressed, or could it be something more sinister? Could Lucy be in a psychiatric hospital, possibly suffering from schizophrenia or another illness, meaning the animals are just hallucinations? Hear me out. The animals do not eat the child as they are hallucinations. Stating an obvious fact, animals can and do communicate. An example of this is dolphins. I remember watching a documentary, I believe it might have been on Discovery, but the scientists were studying dolphins and found they not only communicate by clicks, but also the length and pitch of the clicks changed as well, showing a more complex dialogue. This does not mean they can communicate with humans in a human language. This further proves they could in fact just be hallucinations, and therefore explains why the animals do not eat the child. Looking at the series from this perspective may also explain why the animals are in one pen and not attacking each other. Something else that may not be so obvious, and maybe my own Mandela effects, are the clothes Lucy is wearing, which could possibly add to my theory. Are they clothes or uniform? Now, I'm not sure if it's just me, but they look almost like uniform worn by patients at a facility. This could be movies setting a picture of people wearing one colored uniform in my mind. Let me know what type of uniform you picture, as I struggled finding pictures of it other than the usual hospital gown. So could she be dressed in a uniform or dress code for the facility? We see her every night, in the same pajamas. Now it could quite possibly be a coincidence, but surely her parents would buy her more colorful, or even themed pajamas. I'll let you decide. While doing some research, I also come across a theory that says she could be experiencing REM sleep. REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep, usually happens 60 to 90 minutes into your sleep and is the fourth stage in the sleep cycle, which happens multiple times a night. If we look at it from this perspective, we could argue that Lucy is seen awake while conversing with the animals. She then falls asleep in some of the episodes and is put into bed by Georgina, and in others she is called by her mum that it is bedtime. So unless she is dreaming that she falls to sleep, and her mum is shouting at her that it is bedtime, this theory is unlikely, but not impossible. The final point in today's video questions the parenting skills shown. We never see Lucy's mum. We only hear her shouting. Her child is awake and has not been seen for some time, but she doesn't even come to check in. She clearly does not even take her child to bed, not even a hug before bed either. What could be more important? Her child is climbing out the window while it is dark and entering a pen with some seriously dangerous animals. Lucky for Lucy, these animals are friendly or just hallucinations and talk her through problems she has at school, even incorporating a bedtime story helping her fall asleep. If anything, these animals act as more of a parent than her own mum. So to conclude, there are many theories about our favorite movies and series. I thought I'd make this video as a view from another perspective. There is a strong argument it is REM sleep, but today I went down the route of Lucy possibly being in a psychiatric hospital. I enjoyed making this video and would love to hear your opinions. Despite this video, I remember loving this show as a kid. If I remember correctly, it was on cbeebies on the bedtime hour. If you remember any shows like this, leave a comment below and I may be able to do a video on your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe.